What is up, guys? My name is Guillaume and welcome to this new episode of Hit the Tone. What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing fantastic today and welcome to this new episode of Hit the Tone on Thommann's Guitars and Basses. If you're not familiar with the format, what I do is take super famous riffs and try to give you all the tools you need to hit the tone on those riffs and the playing and all of that good stuff. So do let me know in the comment section which song and which part you'd like me to cover and I'll get to you as soon as I possibly can. If you don't want to miss that, you should probably subscribe too. That'd be cool. So I know what some of you are going to say, stop doing Red Hot Chili Peppers every other month. We know it's your favorite band, yes, but also you guys keep asking for it. Today we're doing something different, right? We're going to be covering Readymade by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I'm saying different mostly because of the fact that this is not going to be a Strat day. It's not a Strat song. It's one of the very few non-Strat songs from John Frusciante in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, at least. Because on that particular song, at least throughout all the live versions that I've seen, and realistically enough on the recording as well, he was using a Gibson Les Paul, and that's probably one of the very few songs where that happened, on top of like Californication with the White Penguin, White Falcon, and then White Penguin was the... Anyways, we're going to be using a Gibson Les Paul. You know this one, it's our studio guitar. I'll be using it everything on 10 in the bridge position. Now, obviously, and as usual, it's not mandatory. I feel like if you have a guitar with a humbucker in the bridge, that'll do just fine. It's also a song that works if you only have single coil guitars. Like I've been playing it on a Strat, wrongly so, but for years, and if you tweak enough, it still works. But if you want to do it like true to the recording, at least all the live versions, you want to use at least a humbucker in the bridge. Now, let's talk about our amp and pedal setup. And this is going to be a lot more conventional as far as John Frusciante things go. As you guys might know, he's playing through a Marshall Major and a Marshall Silver Jubilee, both at the same time. So we're not doing this inside, it's not happening. But we have, as usual, our smaller Marshall Mark II Studio, which is a smaller version of the Plexi. Different amp, obviously, I'll give you that. A lot less headroom, but I think if you tweak it just the right way, the controls will be somewhere on your screen, but you can get to that very classic, very honky, sort of mid-pushed Marshall, gritty sound, onto which we're going to add one of John Frusciante's favorite pedals, which is the Boss Turbo Distortion DS2. Now, it is a staple on his board. He's been using it throughout, at least since Blood Sugar Sex Magik, Californication. Like, it's been on his board forever, and that's the high gain sound. That's the high gain John Frusciante Red Hot Chili Pepper sound. So we're doing this today. The controls will be a little bit different as well, but that's to tailor to the amp, really. You should definitely, if you want more info on that, go watch Dave Simpson. He's right up there. If you want to talk John Frusciante, he's, you know, I'm a big fan, but he's a really big fan. But I'm still using that pedal toned fairly down because there's a lot of brightness coming out of this amp. I'll give you just the guitar into the amp, and then I'll turn on the pedal so you can, you know, get an idea of what it does. And with the pedal, so obviously the turbo distortion is not for everyone, it's not for everything. It's a very, very honky sort of pedal, like kind of nasal in a way, because you do want to use it in that turbo mode, like all the way up on that selector switch. Distortion all the way up, tone and level to your preference really, but it's going to depend mostly on the amp, right? I think some of John's settings on it includes everything all the way up, and it works if you have the right amps and the right levels for it. Like, you really want to be running out of headroom, otherwise you just make, everything will explode. eventually everything will explode. But yeah, that's going to be the main sound. I think that's pretty close. It comes out really well in isolation. It works. It's hard to say with the recording because the bass is so present on that riff, like just hammering in the background. There's a lot of mid-range there as well. But I'm happy with that sound. I'm going to stick with it, and we're going to go on to the final part of that video, which as usual is the most important, and is how to play the riff. Now this riff is fairly simple. The only issue might be the speed, but mostly you're going to play one note per string and one string at a time for everything, up to those like big bar chords that you have at the end. The tuning is E standard, so nothing fancy on this side. And now let's have a closer look as to how to play it exactly. I really, really love that riff. I think it's like, it makes me feel like Red Hot Chili Peppers trying to play Rage Against the Machine. To some, you know, there's that kind of Tom Morello vibe to the riff as well. And then the lyrics kick in and all. It's a really, really great riff. Really underestimated too. Like there was, obviously Stadium Arcadium was a massive record, a massive success, but people mostly talked about Danny California and Snow and all these other great songs, but Readymade is such a banger. Yeah, I'm really glad to have been doing that today. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I hope that maybe you've learned a thing or two, and if so, thank you for considering to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, tell me in the comments which song you want me to do next, all of that good stuff. That would be incredible. So thank you so much in advance. I wish you a fantastic week, and I'll see you next Monday in a new episode of Hit the Tone.